In this video, I will show you how I do the pricing for my print-on-demand products on Zazzle and Redbubble to get sales, which involves using some proven sales techniques and psychology behind it. Welcome to Financial Freedom Style, it's Trevor. When it comes to pricing your print-on-demand products, you might just look at other similar designs to yours, how much they are selling for, and you try to follow them or intend to compete with them by selling at a lower price. Or you just set random prices to your products and hope for the best. Have you done any of these? Well, I want to share with you the process of pricing my products on Zazzle and Redbubble. Hopefully by the end of this video, it will give you some insight on how to price your products with more confidence and to get more sales. On Zazzle, you name the price of your products by adjusting the royalty percentage. It is similar for Redbubble, except that it is called the markup percentage instead. However, the effective ways to price your products on both platforms are pretty different. I found the best way to do it on Zazzle is one listing at a time to begin with, and you can adjust the prices in groups afterward whenever needed. On the other hand, for Redbubble, the best way to do it is to set the default markup for every product first, and you can adjust the prices individually after if needed. Before I show you a few demonstrations, let's quickly go over some proven sales techniques and psychology on pricing I've mentioned at the beginning of the video. I live in the United States, and my Zazzle and Redbubble stores are designed to sell mainly in the US market, even though I still get sales from all over the world. But no worries, even though the pricing methods I talk about here will be based in the US, the ideas still apply to other countries outside of the US as long as you are familiar with the shopping cultures of those countries. So when you are selling on Zazzle and Redbubble, name your price as a part of the designs for your products. The main goal is to trigger buying emotions, but it has nothing to do with setting cheaper prices than other sellers at all, although this can also be one way to do it. This is not about that. How people feel when they read the numbers after the dollar signs is very important. It has to do with the visuals and the sounds, and sometimes the cultures as well. Let's look at some examples. I will show you two prices at a time on the screen. See which one looks and sounds better to you in general. First, we have $19.99 versus $19.92. $19.99 and $19.92. Next, we have $2.64 versus $2.50. $2.64 and $2.50. And next, we have $12.75 versus $11.78. $12.75 and $11.78. Chances are you would have the same choices as me. You would pick $19.99 over $19.92, and you would pick $2.50 instead of $2.64, and you would pick $12.75 rather than $11.78. Is that right? Somehow when it comes to prices, we human beings tend to be more drawn to the odd numbers than the even numbers, particularly the numbers 9, 7, and 5. This is why if you pay close attention to the price tags of the retail shops like Apple's iPhones, Canon's cameras, New Balance shoes, McDonald's food menu, and many others, you will start seeing how common those numbers are used, simply because they are proven to work for getting more sales. 99 cents added to a price like $29.99 for example is so popular, and I'm guessing that's because psychologically, it gives you the illusion that the cost is under $30, which just works even though you are well aware that it's technically $30. Something like $29.97 and $29.95 are also pretty effective because they make you feel good to the eyes and ears. If they are $29.96 and $29.94, it won't work as good, don't you agree? Now, if we add a design theme to the picture, the scenario may change by your acknowledgement of certain things or cultures. Here are a couple more quick examples. First, the design is about Christianity, and we have $12.25 versus $12.09. $12.25 and $12.09. Next, the design is related to casino, and we have 757 versus 777, 757 and 777. And next, the design is about Chinese New Year, and we have 1888 versus 1447, 1888 and 1447. The first two choices are likely obvious if you are familiar with Christmas Day as the birth of Jesus Christ in the Christian's belief, and if you recognize the signature of the casino's slot machines. 1225 and 777 probably stood out to you. And if you know about the Chinese culture, the number 8 is associated with wealth, which is good luck, and the number 4 is associated with death, which is bad luck. So 1888 would be much preferred over 1447 to your buyer's eyes. Hopefully this helps you get the idea about touching people's buying emotions with sounding numbers. It's much more powerful than just trying to sell your designs cheaper than your competitors. In fact, a lot of time focusing on selling cheap will hurt your business more than benefits in the long run. Not only that you make smaller profits from each sales, but also attract customers who don't really value your works, which could potentially lead to higher refund rates and other unwanted issues. Now let's get back to Zazzle and Redbubble. In the Zazzle marketplace, they suggest 10 to 15% with an average of 12% royalty in general, according to an article on their Zazzle Help Center. So that's how I gauge my pricing within this range on the platform at first. If you want to read this article about royalty rates, I will put the link in the description for your convenience. I selected two existing designs and products created by other designers on Zazzle for today's demonstrations. And just like my last video, which I talk about how I do titles and tags on Zazzle and Redbubble, if you actually like these designs and want to buy them, I will put their links in the description for you to check them out. Here's the first one, and let's pretend I just created this design for an iPhone case on Zazzle, and I want to sell it. So I will click on the Sell It buttons on the right. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you will find the royalty section. What I like to do next is to get a general idea of the prices other designers are currently selling for. So I will open a new tab and go to the Zazzle homepage. Go to the search bar on the top and type something like dog iPhone cases and press enter. Check the filter on the right hand side to make sure it is sorted by popular, so you get to see the ones that are performing the best with this keyword at the moment. Remember that we are not trying to compete with anyone's designs on price here, more like just getting inspiration. But if you spotted a price that you already like, then it is perfectly fine to follow it. Look at the ones that are sort of similar styles to my design, and I'm seeing $34.45, $34.45, $34.45, $34.45, $34.45. Apparently, $34.45 is the popular one for a dog collage design for an iPhone case. Just keep that in mind, and let's go back to work on the royalty section. Click and highlight the number inside the slot. Then type 10 for 10%. Then click outside the slot to see how much the product is now priced at. It is $36.40, which means other sellers are selling this product below what Zazzle suggested. That is fine, but personally, I prefer naming my price above 10% at first and see what happens. Let's look for the sounding price together by slowly increasing the royalty percentage. Instead of clicking inside and outside of the slot over and over again to see a new price, I will show you a trick using the keyboard that can save you some time and energy. Click and highlight the number inside the slot first. Change the number from 10 to maybe 10.2. Then press the tab key and you will see the price is updated. Now hold the shift key and press tab to return to the slot. And you can type in a new number already. Let's change it from 10.2 to 10.3. Press the tab key to see the new price, which is now $36.50. And once again, hold the shift key and press tab to return to the slot. You can repeat this as many times as you want until you're done. So for this design with this product, I'm deciding between $36.75 at 10.9% or $36.95 at 11.4%. Both will work fine for me, and I will just pick one and see how it goes for a month or two. Only if I see that my design is getting good number of views but no sales, which is unlikely, then I might consider adjusting my royalty percentage below 10%. The other designers who are selling it for $34.45 now, that's actually at 5%, which is more than 50% lower than what Zazzle recommended. Personally, I believe this is not a healthy thing to do for the marketplace as a whole, even though you are allowed to do it. So even if I would go below 10%, I wouldn't go down to 5. Maybe $35.95 at 8.9% is the lowest I want to go for this product on Zazzle. Here's the second design with another product type. It's a birthday invitation with a black cat. Just like the first one, I will go to the search bar on the Zazzle homepage and type something like cat's birthday invitations to get an idea of the pricing in the marketplace now. Looks like they are ranged between $265 and $306. So just keep that in mind and go work on the royalty section. Once again, I will start with 10% and the price is $291. Now this design is a birthday invitation, so the chances of your buyers getting more than one order is high. For that reason, it's slightly beneficial to make this item more affordable for your customers. I've decided to sell this design for $296 at 12.1%. I would love to sell it to either $297 or $299 if I can. Unfortunately, this is the closest price I'm able to do because when I try to increase the percentage from 12.1% to 12.2%, the price will just jump from $296 to $301 for this product. That's why in this case, I will take $296 and be okay with it. Don't be afraid of pricing your products higher than others on the platform. As long as they are not significantly a lot more, you should be okay. People tend to value things that cost more to get. That's simply human nature. So when your designs are slightly higher than others that are similar to yours, people will assume that they are better quality, and they will pay more attention to your designs. It is time to get on the Redbubble side. The effective way to do pricing on this platform is to set the default markup for every product instead of individual design. To do that, click on the account icon on the upper right corner to pull up the drop-down menu. Then click on Dashboard. On the left side menu, go to Product Pricing. Click on it. And you will be on this page where you can set the default markup for every single available product on Redbubble. When you just started a brand new account, the default markup is 20% across all products. On Redbubble, you will not be looking up any designs that are similar to yours because we are setting up the prices by product types and not by designs here. So you will need to spend some time on this page to set the best prices for your products using the same pricing techniques and psychology I went through with you earlier. On Redbubble, the markup range is a lot more open compared to Zazzle, and you will see it very soon. Let's briefly go through each category together from top to bottom. The markups I have are just my personal preference, and they are working for me, but yours can be completely different than mine. So feel free to experiment and see what works best for you. Under stationery, I have my notebook and journal in the 20s range. But for the pin button, I can go as high as 61% or even higher if you want to. The focus is how you want to set the retail price at while adjusting the markup percentage. So feel free to play around with the numbers. Under cases and skins, my markups are generally in the low 20s range. Under clothing, they are mostly in the 30s range. And under accessories, they are in the high 20s and low 30s range. Under prints and cards, they are in the high 20s and 30s range. Under home decor, they are mostly in the low 30s range. And under bags, they are in the 20s range. And at last, for stickers, you can go over 100% markups. And yes, you can still get sales. Let's say you are done here. If you have existing design in your Redbubble store and you want the new markups you just did applied to them as well, you will check this box. If not, only new designs you are adding will use the new default markups. When you're all set, just click the red button below to finalize the pricing process. So what if you want to set a different price for a specific design? What you can do is open the editing page for that design and go to the product you want to make changes, such as the large print clothing. Click on Edit. You will see two tabs next to the image. Click on the second one. And on the right hand side, you will be able to adjust the markups just for this design. Once you are done, click on the Apply Changes button. Scroll all the way down to the page. Click on the Save Work button, and the new price for that design will be updated. So these are the ways I do the pricings for my print-on-demand products on Zazzle and Redbubble to get sales. Hopefully what I share today will give you better ideas on how to price your products on these two print-on-demand platforms. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button and I appreciate it. Also subscribe and turn on the bell so you will be notified when there's new updates on this channel. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.